Hey guys, different setting, different day, but I just wanted to talk on the same subject, because it's something I guess I love to talk about. I've been thinking about why I think this way, and just like why this is so important to me. People feeling like they're allowed to be themselves. And I think I've just always been wired this way. Like, I remember it was year 7 and my best friend at the time, we were having this massive argument, and it was over a pen color, which sounds really silly. It was really silly. But I was using a purple pen and I was frothing it. I was loving it. But then this purple pen thing escalated into this topic of like being unique versus not being unique. Then this argument ended with her saying, if everyone in the world was unique like you, I'd kill myself. And like, I laughed, but then we both ended up crying. It was a whole thing. And then I just was reflecting on that thing from year 7 and realizing throughout my entire freaking high school, that was like a running thread of you have to fit in. And I remember being so on board with this. It's like I wasn't, and then I got indoctrinated for a little while, and now I'm out of it again, thank fucking God. But for a little while I was like, yeah, I want to be popular, and yeah, like I need to be whatever it was, thin, that was a big thing for me, like, body image, just needing to look a certain way, in that same way acting a certain way, and like wanting to be attractive to boys and that kind of thing. But none of it was based in actually me and what I actually wanted from the world, wanted from myself. Because you're young, you get swayed by those things, and like your year group, your peers, they're your role models. They actually affect how you are. I just think high school is the biggest indoctrination into the worst beliefs about yourself that we could have possibly created. Like, it's so silly. I remember being 14. Like, this is actually probably a bit ridiculous, but I remember being 14 and putting fucking elastic weight bands around my waist, multiple of them, to try and shrink my rib cage. And I'd go to sleep with them on my ribs, constricted. And guess what? I got fucking back issues from that. Not a smaller waist, but I know a lot of people have similar issues. It's like, whatever it is, maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's an eating disorder, maybe it's, we all have these like neuroses that we just pretend are normal, but it's like, it's not actually normal. It's a product of the system that we're under. And this system takes kids who actually inherently know themselves, actually understand what they like and what they don't like, and it takes them and it makes them these little conformist robots. The school system was taken from communist doctrine when they created this system, literally for the purpose of creating robotic people who could repeat processes. They were taught in a repetitive way, so that was how their brain formed and how they would then continue to go out into the world. And we literally are still using that system today. It's archaic. It's freaking archaic. And like, I'm not saying I have all the solutions. I don't know what could be a better system, but I'm fucking down to figure out what it is. I'm so down for it, because we at the moment are actually creating our own doom, because we're acting like the next generation could fix this, and like maybe it's my generation, the young people. But how can we support the young people to fix our global issues like climate change, biodiversity loss, all the things, you know what I'm talking about? How can we support them to fix that by putting them into an education system from the 1800s that's archaic and creates robots? We need systematic change here, but I don't necessarily know how that's going to happen, but I want to start talking about it, because I truly can't see humanity rising up and fixing our issues without first fixing the foundations. And the foundations is our schooling and our education, and how we're educating young minds to solve the present issues and then issues of the future. Like, where we think we're in the shit now, who knows what's to come? Who actually knows? Like, that's a whole another vortex that we could spiral into. So these are the rabbit holes of thoughts that I can get into and that I love to get into because I really truly think that they're important. I think it's a freaking gift that we get to be able to talk about it. Who am I to talk about it? But I am, and I get to also put it online, which is freaking awesome, and speak into the void, which I don't mind doing once in a while. I really don't. And too many of us are caught up in our day-to-day little, oh, Trisha said I'm fat. Oh, Jonathan said I'm lazy. Like, actually, who cares? Because our world is on fire. Our people are like falling apart. We have the worst mental health that we've ever seen, and we just act like it's normal. It's like, no, the system, the way that we live is creating these issues. And I don't see change coming from the top down. It's got to come from the bottom up. It's got to come from people like you and me. I mean, I don't know who you are that's listening, but it's got to come from the populace. Otherwise what? We all die. The world continues on, but we lose this freaking amazing opportunity of being human. And we also, guess what? What about all the people that are to come? What about all of the people that aren't born yet? They're up there. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're over there. Maybe they're down here. I don't know where they are. But like, there are future humans that we're fucking this all up for. It's so amazing being human. And imagine if humans just died because of our own selfishness, our own greed, our own inability to look at ourselves, because it's actually us that is creating these issues. Look at ourselves in the mirror and say like, okay, yeah, it's us. We're the problem. We need to fix this. Do we think that doing the same thing that we were doing previously is going to fix the problems that were created from those very things? They're not. To quote Einstein, not directly because I don't know the quote exactly, but we can't solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created that problem. And right now, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to solve problems following the exact same path and the exact same modes that actually originated the problem in the first place. Oh my heart's like racing a bit. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I hope I haven't just dropped the weight of the world on your shoulders. But these are things that are important to me, and I think that we need to begin talking about. And I don't hear enough people talking about it, so here I am using my own voice.